Oh, shot. Well, we're underway with a lovely shot through the covers.
And what a view we've got here from the pod as well. First time I've been down ground level to commentate, and it's completely different, but what you get is a wonderful understanding of being close to the pace of the game, the noise of the crowd already, and also the placement there from Evan Lewis.
Shahid Afridi doesn't move, but it doesn't matter. 4 more.
Well, two of these players will know each other exceptionally well, both at the Mumbai Indians this year for the Indian Premier League. Lewis starts on with his right arm off spinners.
Oh, that is pushed through. That's right where Nasser Hussain is. But it doesn't matter. It goes over his head into the second tier.
And for me, what this says, and you can see the crowd thoroughly enjoying it, is that you've got a couple of balls in T20 cricket just to assess things. Lewis played back off the first one defensively. Off the second one, though, he got the length he wanted to and just went boom. Thank you very much. Into the wicket-keeper.
Well, that is an excellent shot. Doesn't matter what form you're playing, what type of game it is. That is brilliant batting.
And this is why Evan Lewis is so important to the T20 format for whatever team he's playing with. First 6 was to the onside. On this occasion, he gives himself space, keeps his shape, most importantly. You can still see how balanced he is on contact. 2 sixes in the over already. Mind at the moment is trying to get a sense of the different paces at either end here at Lord's. Like the outfit fellas.
Well, he has got hold of that. There's someone out there. That's a good... Well, that is what we see here is Nasser's view. He was right down his throat. He could just have a go. What if it's going for 6? It's out the boundary. Oh, good shot. Short and wide.
Well, this is the... He's got a lot of bottom hand. That's what he's got on that occasion. He's just thinking slightly wrong there. He knew he was going to go hard at him early. And this as well, just years of experience here from Chris Gale. Still deep in the crease. Knows that if he just clears the inner circle, field's still up, he'll find the boundary.
Oh, that sounded like the middle. It was the middle. That's gone a long way. 50 up for Evan.
Swung away over the top, over the head of...
Second to make that decision and execute the shot.
Oh, big appeal, yes. Right in front. Texas first up.
Just over 62 miles an hour. Push through on a good length. Pitching in line, skidding on. Whoa, it's hit above the knee roll. The Rashing's deliveries. Windies 75 for 1 after 7 overs and 5 balls.
To the power from Andre Fletcher.
Yeah, a little bit slower from Rashid Khan as well. That was just over 50 miles an hour. He's been up close to 64 miles an hour. He's hitting with the spin as well on that occasion. And he didn't try and overhit it. Quite get going today, did he? Had his struggles against Tumar Mills and couldn't quite get the pace and the tennis ball bounce feeling of this pitch. And he's just been clean bowled by one. Pushed through a little bit quicker from Shoaib Malik. 18 for the big man, 87 for 2. Just looking at your rippers. No basketball boots.
Goes this time. Has he got enough of it? I think he has. I think he has. Straight down to the pavilion.
Yeah, it's a long hit down towards the pavilion at Lord's. Entirely convinced Marlon got all of it, but he got certainly enough of it. That's what batsmen do nowadays. They can just stand there and whack it for 6, and they don't care there's a man down at long on, because if they get it, it'll be 6.
Mid-wicket this time. That is a long way back. 6 more.
2 excellent shots, one pretty straight and one that he just worked with the slope, worked with the spin, and again he didn't try and overhit it. Such is the confidence of the batsman now that they don't have to thrash at the ball, it's just a flick of the wrist.
Well, where's Nasser to walk into Shoaib Malik and say, yeah, you were right, his job is to take you on?
I think slower's going to work here, give it a bit of air, let's tempt the batsman, and Fletcher took the bait. Simple stumping for Luke Ronchi. We've seen that before from Shahid Afridi, that celebration. 100 for 3, 11 overs and 2 balls gone, and Fletcher's gone for 7. 2 nice leggies, a wrong un. Interesting also that his leggies, we'll see the wrong un here, nicely pitched on a good line of leg. His leggies, the seam is more orthodox other than the scrambled nature of Rashid Khan.
Oh, he got that. Gee, that sounded good. That's over our head, isn't it?
Over the pod. It's hit something very hard behind us. I hope that's not too expensive, but that's the 3rd 6 for Marlon Samuels. Another wonderful strike down towards a pavilion end. I think he picked it. It's a sweet strike.
Just the plastic. She's going to continue to bowl those slower leggies. Oh, advancing. He got the length. He was after Marlon Samuels. Dealing in 6s at the moment. That's his 4th. Has he caught it? I think he might have.
He's celebrating like he has. Slow leggy, and he just had to check himself there, Marlon Samuels. He did extremely well, because he could have got himself into a bit of a muddle and rushed things and tried to lose his shape and hack it across the line and muscle it. He did.
He'll a race away for 4.
The first time really that Brady has tried to put anything onto it in terms of pace, and the first time Marlon Samuels has had a thrash at one. In fact, it was like a seamer. Samuels, who's played some really nice shots with complete control, going a long way for 6, has just thrown its hands at that. A bit lucky off the outside edge.
So far from the Flanagan. Short, skied. There is no one down there. That will race away, and a much needed boundary in this over.
Well, he could take it on because of that vacant area down at fine leg. Not completely in control of it. But the fact that he was looking to go upwards.
Lots of time, both for the hit and the catch. The man who has been in the action right throughout today, Rashid Khan, had the opportunity. Shahid Afridi's like, what do you mean you lost the ball?
Yeah, straight away he drops it, Rashid Khan, and he points straight to the lights. Comes hard and flat.
Here at Lord's for Rashid Khan. They wouldn't have had a lot of practice at the ground, particularly with the lights on. You could see straight away. Goes again, flat up, square up. Another boundary. Pretty good footwork there from Nasser Sain to get out of.
Lynchy.
Fuller on this occasion. Good comeback. Last couple of balls, Ramsden is really up to the ante. Strike rate now of 133. He really needs to join the party here. On the charge, another adjustment of shot. It's a good delivery to finish with. It'll be 12 runs coming from that over. It's 149 for 3.
Yeah, good from Ramsden in the end. Freedy changing up his length, changing up the speed of the ball, saw him coming. So 160 is par score on this ground. Going at 10s and oval, take them up to 189, the West Indies. Fast score of 160, but two batters relatively set, and Dre Russ and Kars Brathwaite to come. Sets himself, and that is a brilliant catch. All played in good spirits here. And a brilliant knock from Marlon Samuels. 43 from 22 deliveries. It's 152 for 4.
To Vivian Richards Stadium. And it's rebuild. And speaking of rebuilding, you have to rebuild some of the fences here. The way Ramden is now starting to see the ball.
And what a shot to finish the over. 158 for 4.
Sitting deep in his crease on this occasion. Beautiful part of that shot for Ramden. So he kept his balance even though... And there's another shout. A little bit of contemplation there, but yet again declined. A wealth of cricket smarts here, Shoaib Afridi. He's not 100%. Still getting the...
Ramden needs a boundary here.
Well, Ishigua, he must have heard you.
Yeah, when the pressure's been on, he's been able to deliver. Dinesh Ramden smoked it away to the grandstand. How did Nasser see it?
3 deliveries before he got off the mark with a single. Well, don't worry about dots or singles anymore because that has gone...
Get his side to finals day. Hampshire opening the batting.
Got full toss and it got what it deserved.
You don't see that very often with Rashid Khan not landing it. Freebie.
Oh, straight down the ground. Dre Russ down on one knee. Straight into...
Hit one out of the ground.
Slightly concerned whether or not a gentleman in the pavilion got hit on the head. Well, I hope that guy gets out the way because this is back-to-back sixes. Huge, yeah, why not wink? It's the Chris Lynn wink. It's 189 for 4. Deep in the crease goes Ramden, gets a big bit of it. It's going to clear third and race away.
Doesn't time it. Pretty early into his innings as well, and Dinesh Ramden finishing things off. 44, a brilliant knock from him.
Side rather than looking to turn him away with any little amount of turn into that onside. Luke Ronke's come off a very good Pakistan Super League in the UAE. Can't get it through. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant, Evan Lewis. Oh, back field.
Did everything right, just didn't get it high enough. The pace of Russell, toe of the bat. He really threw everything at that, but he didn't get it over Lewis. Like a goalkeeper, he plucks that out of the air. Well, you don't often see that in charity games, that is for sure. You don't see that in many internationals at time. That is excellent. That foul goes for 2.
Shakes out though. Oh, freebie. That's what it's all about. Finish the over with a boundary. 2 overs gone, 8 for 1.
Why would you bowl a full stop, a full toss on leg stump? Why do you bowlers do it? There's no point to that. Too short and then a full pill.
No, never bowled one. A few half volleys, maybe not full tosses on leg. Delivery. Oh, what about this time? Is he going to make up for it? He is. He is. That one looked like it.
There's absolutely no doubt. Just does him for length, does him for pace, skids on. You've got to be so careful playing Badri, playing across the line. He's always going to skip off the surface, even though it's a slow pitch. Ronke couldn't get to grips with him, and the 2 balls he faced, he goes for naught, 8 for 2. What can Tissara Pereira do? 73 matches, 959 runs. Well, rest of the world in dire trouble. 8 for 4. Andre Russell has just been too quick for Billings on this occasion. Late on that ball, high on the bat. Easy catch for Carlos Brathwaite, with just hearing as well, more problems. Not that he's going to make much of a difference, but Tamal Mills won't be able to bat, so effectively they're another man down. Who can get some runs? We need some runs.
Let us all sympathize with the causes. And because to be fair, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. A little bit short off that off stump and paid the price. But it's just a great evening. And what I think is also important after last night, I think everyone was worried about the forecast and whether or not we're going to have such a wonderful evening. But it's lasted. And we're just happy for that the weather remains the way it is at present. Okay, boys will be boys and let them pay the price for being boyish, and let's move on.
Yeah, well said. Very, very well said. 4 off the last ball of the over as well for Tissara Pereira. 4 gone, 16 for 4. He's got short of length. Just give himself some room, Tissara Pereira. He's got big boy power.
I know that folks sometimes say about you should never.
Going to do it. He's got the front to do it in this game.
Oh, timing. Lovely timing off the back foot from Shot.
Just all the time in the world. Onto the back foot. Punches it through the field. Who is up because they're doing so well. And the need sweepers out. Well, just places that. Everyone up in the...
Cut powerfully for 4.
Funny sort of move, just hangs leg side and it's just a fraction wide. It's short, sits up. Just watch how he sets up, just creates the room himself. It's a back foot, just in his setup. It just looks like he's set up for this shot. Doesn't matter, you can't bowl there. It's not the field.
I'd pay money to see that, actually, and I'd take his mic. And then as we see a boundary 4, I think, I'd take Nasser's mic and I'd...
What Pereira's done, he didn't move at all there. It's like that old game, that test match cricket game they used to.
We walked off together, not talking too much at all.
Comedy run out next. Oh, he's a long way across. Flip leg side. Oh, and it's just gone over the head. Badri looks as if it was just going to fall in his lap.
Well, heart in mouth on a number of occasions here for all Shahid Afridi fans. Went across his crease to begin with. He needed to make contact because he could have been in strife. If not, whipped it off stump. Got a good bit of it, and then he looked up and went, Badri. No, it's okay. Virat Kohli with your nets for hours.
Well, it's gone high, but it sounded high on the bat, but he's got enough of it. Oh, that hit the stanchion hard. Look out in the crowd.
What can he do? A couple of big overs. Can they get a sniff?
Oh, hit that. He's hit that. That sounded beautiful off the blade. Into the crowd.
Catching practice on offer here for the crowd at Lord's. Pereira, he's now hit his second 6, just the second 6 for the rest of the world innings so far. You've set yourself, young man. Everything looked good.
Everything looked good until it nearly hit him in the chops. Straight through his...
Gone again. Boy, he knows he's got this. He stands and admires it. There's no long off anyway. Two wonderful hits from Thisara Pereira.
Hello, hello. What have we got here then? Thisara Pereira saying, OK, we want to keep this manageable. Back-to-back sixes.
Of Andre Russell. It is just making a full delivery into length ball. He's back again, way in his crease, length. And then, good bowling from Russell. He's gone full, but it's still gone for 4. Excellent.
Extra cover drive, a slower ball from Andre Russell, which he picked, as Natsu was describing, deep in his crease. Waited. A whirly arm from Andre Russell, the off-cutter, and he shredded it through the offside. Lovely shot.
Yeah, great cricket all round. A different style of action there from Andre Russell, trying to put Pereira off. He wasn't concerned about that. Focus on the ball. Placement perfect.
Bounced him. And he's got a big bat and he's a strong man, and it's flown off the thick edge down a fine leg, and that's given Dre Russ something to think about. He's gone for 11 in this over, 91 for 5.
Yeah, I don't think he was happy to get driven through the offside for 4 off a good delivery. A little bit of aggression now from the pace bowler, and he's got back-to-back boundaries now to deal with. And a player in Pereira who is...
Flipped, wristy, but not far enough. Good catch. Just had to check where he was, where the boundary was, what the flight of the ball was. Judged it nicely. It's the end of Boom Boom.
And the end of a brilliant international career as well. We've seen his last bowling spell and his... who have finished injured out in the middle. But an opportunity for this wonderful crowd here to say, oh, goodbye and thank you as well.
Well, that's gone high up in the air. Who's underneath it? What a catch!
That is absolutely outstanding. Brings to an end a very good innings, a fine innings. Difficult catches those. Done so well, Kesrick Williams, to get there and then to grab onto it. Good innings from Thisara Pereira. 61. He's out for it's 101 for 6. Rakes himself with the bat in hand. Sets himself. Swings it away leg side. A little bit high, but more than enough on it.
That should be out. It is. It's given plumb in front of the stumps.
Good bowling. Wrapped him on the pads. Absolutely plumb in front.
Ball straight. No bats involved whatsoever. Rashid Khan for 9. Big swing and a miss from Big Mitch.
That's turned out of the footmarks and
Much Ashley Nurse. Good assistance with the slope as well. Look at that ragging. Dry underneath this surface. This is the test match pitch. Bit of grass that was left on it just to help the pace through the wicket. Oh, and he's got hold of this one. Has he? Has he? Yes, he has.
yeah, there you go, Mitch. Big fine, stayed still. Good swing of the bat.
T20 international best for... Up and over. I think this might split the fielders. No, it's a brilliant catch to finish up. The West Indies 11, led by Carlos Brathwaite.
Yeah, sliced it, didn't he, Mitch McClenaghan? This is brilliant from Ashley Nurse. Charged in from that cover point boundary. Players for turning up, giving their time. Had a wonderful night last night, put on a good spectacle tonight, and finished things off with a comfortable win for the Windies. Quite fitting, I think, Isha.
Yeah, the complete performance. Firstly, 199 on the board, pretty much everyone getting themselves in, entertained with some fours and sixes, especially this man. And then a clinical performance with the ball as well. Took all their catches. And a wonderful moment. They will go around now and thank all the fans for turning out this evening. What has been a brilliant cause, raising funds for the devastation that was caused in the Caribbean in September. The rehabilitation